something happened in Japan that shocked even veteran concert organizers. The 8th floor of the Osaka Kyocera Dome, a section normally left closed, even during full BTS concerts, had to be opened for the very first time. And why? Because of one man, Jin. From June 28th to August 10th, Jin embarked on his first solo world tour, Run Soak Jin Tour. What was expected to be a meaningful debut became a phenomenon that no one could have predicted. 18 shows, 9 cities, 3 continents, every single ticket gone. Merchandise lines snaked endlessly around arenas, and fans traveled across oceans just to hear his silver voice. In Korea, even after the shows were completely sold out, tens of thousands of fans remained in online queues, praying for an extra ticket to appear. The demand was so overwhelming, it created headlines of its own. In Japan, the impossible happened. The Kyocera Dome, with its upper floors usually locked away, opened every last seat to meet the tidal wave of fans desperate to see him. Japanese media called it a once-in-a-generation case, reminding everyone that not even full BTS concerts had opened those levels before. And then came the press. Imagine this. 5 of Japan's biggest sports newspapers, Sports Nippon, Daily Sports, Ilgan Sports, Sports Hochi, and Sankei Sports, all featuring Jin on their front pages. This had never been done by a Korean solo artist before. The issues sold out so quickly that people began reselling copies, and those newspapers even shot to the top of Amazon Japan's bestseller charts. Jin wasn't just performing, he was shaping culture. But the world noticed too. In London, Jin became the first Korean solo artist ever to sell out the O2 Arena. Rolling Stone UK handed him a rare 5-star review, calling him a truly one-of-a-kind entertainer. Paris Match in France marveled at his humor and his seamless blending of genres. The UK's Clash described his concerts as a festival of skill and sincerity, while The Standard compared the thunderous screams of fans to the legendary energy of Elvis Presley's early shows. And in the US, Forbes praised his powerful vocals, saying he proved he is far more than just a handsome face. He's a vocalist of rare talent. All of this was happening while Jin climbed to the very top of the boy group Individual Brand Reputation Index in August 2025. Out of 755 idols, Jin ranked number 1, above G-Dragon at number 2 and Cha Eun-woo at number 3. The data showed a 94.3% positivity rate, practically unheard of in an industry that constantly changes. The top hits tied to him? Unique. Sold out. Expand. It's as if every headline, every chant from the crowd, every fan's heartbeat aligned with those very words. And here's what makes it even more emotional. Jin's success isn't happening in a vacuum. BTS as a whole continues to shine like 7 stars scattered across the sky. Jimin, once holding number 1 himself, still stands strong in the top 5, beloved for his angelic performances. V, with his recent 36% surge in brand reputation, is captivating audiences with his fashion and acting presence. Jungkook continues to dominate streaming platforms, breaking records left and right with his solo songs. Suga, J-Hope, and RM each leave powerful marks through production, collaborations, and cultural influence. Together, they're proving BTS is not just a group, it's a universe of talent. But right now, Jin is the member carrying that torch on the global stage. For fans who once cheered for 7 standing together, seeing Jin alone on that vast stage is both emotional and breathtaking. His voice, often called silver for its clarity, seems even more precious when it echoes across stadiums without 6 other voices beside it. Some fans cried during the encore, confessing they felt both proud and nostalgic, because Jin's triumph carries the memories of BTS, yet also carves a path uniquely his own. When he smiled at the crowd and playfully teased fans between songs, it reminded everyone of the warmth he's always brought to BTS. When he belted high notes that shook arenas, people realized this was a side of Jin that had been waiting years to shine. And when critics compared his shows to cultural icons like Elvis, it confirmed what fans already knew. Jin is not just following in BTS's footsteps, he's writing his own chapter in music history. So, here's the truth. This isn't just Jin's victory. It's BTS's story evolving. 7 brothers taking different roads, yet always carrying each other in their hearts. And right now, Jin stands on top of the world. If his very first solo tour has already broken records and rewritten history, can you imagine what the future holds for him? And for BTS? History isn't waiting. It's happening right now.